Baker, one of the carnivores. This guy did a fantastic breakdown or debunking of him on YouTube. I'll put the video up here. Shawn Baker is a scam artist. He lost his medical license in 2017 or 19 or something like that. The files were sealed, but Shawn says that he's innocent and he didn't do anything. It is very difficult for a doctor to lose their medical license. You have to be intentionally trying to harm patients in order to lose your medical license. You cannot just be negligent. Like if you kill a patient by just being negligent or not knowing or something bad happened, you don't lose your medical license. You have to be purposefully trying to harm people. This guy does this long video about him, taking all the stuff that Shawn Baker has ever said, the evidence against him, what has happened, what has not happened, and does just a fantastic breakdown of why we shouldn't listen to people like this. I mean, it literally just goes through everything from beginning to end, the anabolic steroids that he uses, the refusal of doing blood tests, the scam. Shawn Baker, one of the carnivores.
All right, well, yet another critic out there. And so first of all, it shows you that you're making a difference. If you got so many people that are critical of what you're doing. So not surprisingly, and so I'll talk about this particular character here, Dr. Muhammad Allo, who is a doctor of osteopathy, cardiologist in Toledo, Ohio. So he makes this sort of video, alluding the fact that, I no longer have a medical license. It was taken from me because I was intentionally trying to harm people. First of all, that's complete nonsense. First of all, I have an active medical license. I just renewed it again for the third time. It's active again until 2026. I have a fully active medical license. The reason that my license was suspended was I voluntarily surrendered it. And why did I do that? This is way back in, I think, 2016 or so, about 10 years ago, was that I went through a long battle with a hospital. And they made accusations about me, which were, the medical board said, hey, you can either defend this at the level of the medical board. It's going to take about 2 years and it's going to cost you probably $250,000. Or we'll allow you to temporary surrender, go get independently evaluated through another organization. And depending on the results, we'll make a decision on that. And so not wanting to wait several years to resolve this, not wanting to lose, hundreds of thousands of dollars, which quite honestly I couldn't afford, I went to get independently evaluated, and that evaluation said, there's nothing wrong with what you do, practice-wise. Go back to work. My medical license was returned to me, and I've renewed it now 3 times since that time. So this is almost slanderous in a way to assume that I was it was harming people intentionally. There's not even a single instance of a malpractice record where I've ever found even to be negligent in anything. So for him to claim that is, quite honestly, vile and disgusting, quite honestly. And the second thing is the steroid thing, right? Look, I mean, I'm 6'5", I'm 250, I'm 56 years of age, I've been working out for almost 44 years now. I've competed in drug-free competitions my entire career. I've gone on the record years and years and years talking about don't do drugs, don't do drugs. I've been openly opposed to that for my entire life. I've asked people repeatedly, if you think about drugs, just pay for a drug test, I'll be happy to take it. I'm not refusing to take any drug tests. I've been happy to do so. In fact, hopefully someone will do this because I'm getting in shape. I'm starting to get in shape right now, and people will start saying, oh, you look like you're on drugs because you're in shape, right? It's kind of funny, as you get leaner, as I'm getting smaller and smaller and weaker and actually losing a little bit of muscle mass, people say, you look like now you're on drugs, whereas, a little bit earlier, it's not the case. But interestingly, and this is a funny thing, so this Allo guy, right, he's written his own little cookbooks and he's selling his books and trying to make a name for himself. And he apparently considers himself a bodybuilder, which I find a little humorous looking at his overall physique, Certainly I'm not a bodybuilder, I never claimed to be. I never will do that. I don't have any interest in that. I think it's kind of silly, to be honest. And he kind of, for some reason, I get the impression of a troll doll when I look at the guy. Maybe it's a hairstyle or something like that. But again, I've been criticized nonstop for the last 7 years since I started talking about less fixed disease with nutrition as opposed to, and this is one of the things that happened with the hospital where I worked at. I started saying I want to start treating people with nutrition and lifestyle rather than operating. Again, as anybody's paid attention the last couple of years, when you start cutting into the bottom line of a healthcare organization, when you start threatening for them to lose money, they don't like it at all. And that's exactly what went down with me. I went to this kangaroo court, sham peer review, which I knew was total bullshit. And that's why I opted for independent evaluation, completely remote of that particular organization. And as I said, they gave me my license right back. I still have an active medical license. Now, I don't practice actively because I have a company which we're about to launch. I've been doing all these other things and helping people, probably helped, thousands and thousands of people now over the years, and many more thousands to come. And I will continue in that realm, in that vein. The amount of people I hear from every day saying, not only has this particular health condition gotten better, but everything about my life has gotten better. I've regained my life back, and there's so many people out there that have seen their lives ruined by health conditions where the healthcare system has just been impotent, unable to fix them. Whereas a simple, hey, let's just change your diet around, let's do a little bit of exercise type of thing, focusing on some basic lifestyle stuff has been dramatically transformative. And yet people like Alo, who continue to push pills and basically are pharmaceutical shills for the most part, are actively keeping people down. And it's a shame. And I'm going to continue to fight for you guys and for myself. And let the critics come. That's fine. I'm happy to hear that. But it's kind of comical. And this is one that was particularly vile, to imply that I was actively hurting people, intentionally is just nuts. So anyway, well, let me know what you guys think. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.